Today on CWN, did you try out for basketball?
And did you buy a lottery ticket? I'm Maddie.
And I'm Aaron, and today is Friday, October 28th, 2022.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the pledge to the Texas flag.
The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas Pledge. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
So Maddie, did you try out for the basketball team?
I don't think basketball is my thing, Aaron.
Mrs. John's AP Chemistry class conducted a lab over chromatography. Yesterday, let's see what all they did.
Hey, it's Autumn here with Calallen TV, and I'm here with Miss Johns and Kaylee. So, Miss Johns, tell us a little bit about this lab.
Well, currently in our AP chemistry class, we're doing, we've been talking about intermolecular forces, it's just how things interact with each other, boiling points and melting points and things like that. And specifically, we were doing solutions and how like things dissolve in like things, which means polar dissolves in polar and nonpolar dissolves in nonpolar and that. And one of the ways you can tell is through something called chromatography. And so what we did with that is the kids put different food dyes, which they have the molecular structure, and so they can be able to point out parts of it that have dipoles and parts that have actually positive and negative charges and all of those kind of things. And then they're going to compare that to what they, when they calculate, it's called an RF front and they're an RF factor, and they'll be able to know how much it pulled up the paper. So from there, they should be able to determine which of their solvents was polar, which of their solvents was nonpolar, and I'm hoping, what we're hoping is that they can see that it's not just things in a book, that it actually makes a difference. And then we were just playing around with different things and showing how they react with interact, and so that's what we've been doing.
Well, that's cool. And so, Kaylee, how did this help you in this class?
It helped me understand how different intermolecular forces affect the polarity and the nonpolarity, and how the polarity affects the RF value. And yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, and back to the studio.
We have an update over the robotics team. Let's send it to Logan, who caught up with Mr. Easton for more.
Hello, Calallen TV. My name is Logan Baraza, and I'm here with Mr. Easton today. So, Mr. Easton, it's come to our attention. You guys recently attended a scrimmage.
Yes. So our robotics teams got to compete last Saturday at our first competition of the year. And so we took both of our teams, the Engineers and the Nano Knights, and got to test out the robots and see what they could do in competition.
And usually scrimmages don't have a point system, but the Engineers place first?
Yes. So the way our competition works is like really we have a season-long, series of events, and pretty much by the end of the last competition, our main tournament, we have to have so many either points or wins in order to advance. And so they start tracking that at our first event. And so the way the system works this year is it just goes by wins, not points. And so our Engineers ended up winning all 4 of the matches that they had that day. So they ended up in first in their little mini league. Yeah.
That is just so great to hear for the Engineers. And we hear you wrote a grant to CEF. How do you think that helped out a lot?
It helped tremendously. Both of our teams, the Nano Knights and the Engineers, both needed a little bit more equipment in order to be really competitive this year. And so part of what we got with the grant was on top of new hubs, where we got these really sweet blue Mecanum wheels. And so we got a set for both robots. And what those wheels allow you to do is actually control the robot basically like a first-person shooter. So one stick on the joystick will actually move it up, down, left, and right without having to rotate the robot. So it saves time and makes the bots way more maneuverable in the arena this year than previous ones.
Wow, that is just so cool. I never heard about wheels that do that. Anyways, it's so great that the Engineers got first, and well, we just hope you guys do better this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with that, now back to the studio.
You know, Aaron, I've seen a lot of the seniors in our class actually work on an English project.
I know they're working on an English project over Beowulf. Here's Mr. Scarborough for more information on that project.
I'm Elias Sims here, Mr. Scarborough. Mr. Scarborough, you are working on a new English project. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, so we're doing an English project on Beowulf. It's an epic poem that depicts a leader, a hero among heroes, and right now all the students are working on kind of like a 3-panel comic where they're kind of depicting different scenes of this story for everybody else to kind of see how everything's kind of playing out. And it's pretty fun.
Can you tell me the purpose of the project, for the students?
Yeah, so the purpose of the project is kind of like depicting what it means to be a hero during that time, and how stories have a very huge influence on the culture of the people around there, and how it impacts people hundreds of years later. And that's why we actually study it today, even 1,000 years later.
Sounds really interesting. Thank you for your time. Back to the studio.
You know, in that video, we got to see Haley and Sydney's projects, and they did a really, really good job.
Yeah, I saw them working hard this week. Will spoke to Mr. O to find more about the tombstones he is currently working on for football. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm William Nolan. I'm here with Mr. O. So I saw the tombstones out there. They look really good with TM out there now. We're playing Hidalgo next, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we're playing that.
Assuming we win, what are you gonna do for their tombstone?
I think it's a pirate, so I'm gonna do what I've done with the rest. Is just play with a pirate mascot, see what's gonna happen with it.
Well, thank you for your time. These all look really good.
All right, cool.
Back to the studio.
You know, every week he works so hard on those, and it's super cool to see him make fun of other schools. And you know what? Bryce needs a little attention, so Bryce is doing an amazing job on his Beowulf project as well. The Powerball lottery has been going on. We caught up with a few of our teachers to see if they bought a ticket.
Tomorrow's lottery is up to $800 million. What would you do if you won?
I'm here with Miss Sports. So, Miss Sports, did you enroll in the Powerball lottery?
No, I didn't.
Well, if you did, what would you have done with the money?
I would actually have retired and stayed home with my mom full time.
I'm here with Miss Prowles. So, Miss Prowles, did you enroll in the Powerball lottery yesterday?
No, I did not.
Well, if you did and you won the money, what would you do?
I would invest a whole lot. That would probably be my main thing. I would still work, because then what else would I do?
I'm here with Mr. Martinez. So, Mr. Martinez, did you enroll in the Powerball lottery?
I did not.
Well, if you did and you won, what would you do with the money?
I would retire early, probably go to bingo more, and just travel, go around the world, just go see everything. How much is it?
It's $800 million.
I gotta go.
Maddie, what would you do with $800 million?
Honestly, I don't even know. That's a lot of money. Now here's Monique with the rundown on sports right after this short break.
Is this your parking? You took up 2 spots. Bro, get back in there and fix it.
Yeah, you really should.
Remember, guys, always park right.
Thank you, anchors, and good morning, Wildcats. If you tried out for the boys basketball team, Christian has some more information for you.
Hi, I'm Christian Cantu. If you tried out for the basketball team, come here to see if you made the team. Coach Camplain's room 201. And if you tried out for the varsity basketball team, go to the coach's office. It should be posted on the wall. The first game will be November 15th against Beeville. It'll be here. So come support y'all's Wildcats. Thank you. Back to the studio.
Tonight, volleyball has a game here at 4:30. It is a warm-up match against Goliad to get ready for playoffs. And that's the latest on Calallen Sports. Now back to the anchors.
Thank you, Monique. And Aaron, I know you actually voted this morning.
It was super exciting. It's my very first time voting. They gave me like a cute little sticker that said, I voted. I got to vote for all my favorite people.
Pretty neat.
You know what? Let's talk a little more sports. So tonight, the Astros and the Phillies are in Game 1. Who do you think is going to take Game 1?
Honestly, I don't really know.
You know, if Kendall was here right now, she'd be yelling Astros at us.
Phillies! Astros!
Oh. Now here's Candace with today's weather forecast after this short break.
Yeah. Hey, what are you guys doing? We gotta go to class. Oh, you gonna put your garbage in the garbage can?
Why would you do that?
Well, the janitors here, they work really hard to clean this whole school up. Think about it. They clean after us, they help us out, and yeah. Yeah, I guess we should put our stuff in the garbage.
Good morning, Wildcats. This weather is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much, Kerrigan. You know, right now we are seeing some muggy and humid weather outside, but you know, the temperature right now is actually 79 degrees with 21% chance of rain, and the winds blowing from the southwest at 12 miles per hour. Looking further into the day, the temperature is going to rise up to 80 degrees, get as high as 81, and then drop down to 72 later on this afternoon. Percent chance of rain also increasing to 24% at 12 o'clock, but dropping later on today. The winds will be blowing from the west at 16 miles per hour. But luckily, we are going to see a cool front come in later on this afternoon to bring in some beautiful weather this weekend. You know, with Saturday's weather, we're looking at 77 degrees at that day, 3% chance of rain, and the winds blowing from the northwest at 5 miles per hour. And then looking on to Sunday, the temperature is going to be 80 degrees, 6% chance of rain, and the winds blowing from the east at 5 miles per hour. Also, there's exactly 3 days till Halloween. We're looking at some possible rain showers and some cooler weather later on that day on Halloween night. So make sure your costume correlates all with that weather. Please have a safe Halloween weekend, and that's all for the weather. And back to the anchors.
Thank you, Candace.
It's looking nice. It is looking like nice weather lately.
Yes, and go Astros.
And that's all you know what? Coach Lamb would disagree with you right now.
Go Astros are going to win tonight.
And that's all your announcements for today, but now it's time for your joke of the day. So, Maddie, where do baby ghosts go during the day?
I don't know, Aaron, where?
The day scare. That's horrible.
For all you social people out there, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Calallen TV for all the latest updates. Also, subscribe to us here on YouTube to catch all of our latest videos. Plus, don't forget, you can also catch our Saturday show on the CW at 5 p.m. and KDF at 11 a.m.
And as always, stay classy, Calallen.